Hey there, everybody. Pete here from Comic Book Geezers. Welcome to another edition of our lockdown episodes, right? So we're in separate locations connecting via Zoom technology. On the other end of the video channel here, we've got Mr. Wild Bill. What's happening, my friend?
Hey, good morning, Pete. What's going on, comic book fans? I am Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic, not to be confused with the Unknown Comic from the Gong Show. Thank you very little. Yeah, what's happening, gang? This is part two of my recent comic book acquisitions. I got this, luckily, like 3 days before the state locked down. So I picked up another 14 issues, and again, probably all comics that Peter already has. So nothing wrong with that.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's right.
This is a big score for me, sentimental kind of thing. Spider-Man, anything below issue 100, any sub 100 issues is what I need to focus now, since I have everything after 100, most of it.
And how great of a cover is that? And is it just me, or is like the Shocker like an underrated villain? I kind of dig the Shocker.
And he's not in a lot of issues.
No, he's not.
He's more in sub 100 issues. I think I only have him in one issue, which is I think it's 143.
Yeah, he just kind of was never used much. Underutilized, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely great villain. And written by Stan Lee. And this is John Romita, the art. And great story, man.
That is, in my opinion, a classic and highly underrated Romita cover right there.
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Yeah.
And, so it was under $20, so I jumped on it.
Oh, jump all over that.
17 after tax and shipping. So my oldest is 69, so this is my second oldest. Now, what's interesting is my next one, and only my other in this haul, was another Spider-Man, 89, with Doc Ock. It's considered like a good, it's just rated good. They didn't give it a number, but after tax, we're talking, and shipping, we're talking $13.75.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's a good one. That's a really good issue too.
And some of you might be wondering, hey, Wild Bill, Marvel Tales used to make comics of older issues. Do you have it by any chance? Yes, I do. There's the Marvel Tales version. And I got it from Pete, yours truly, over there. A couple of years ago, when he got this issue, he sold this one to me. So now this is for sale. I don't want it. I don't need it anymore.
See how that works?
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to show it for the contrast of the colors. Marvel Tales was always a little different with the background art from the original. So it's kind of ironic how they went from yellow to blue background, which I thought was pretty cool, So that's my two Spider-Mans. And then, while we're on the same subject of Marvel Tales and Spider-Man, I've had this one, but I got it from the same guys, but I got this one about 5 months ago. But I wanted to show the Marvel Tales version, because ironically, the Marvel Tales, as you notice, I think the Marvel Tales, what do you guys think? Pete, you know the story, and I'm going to get into it, but I was going to ask our viewers what cover they like better. And if you said Marvel Tales, you are correct. There is a right answer. This is the better cover, because this was the original cover that was supposed to be on this cover, but this cover got lost in the mail when this original Spider-Man was supposed to be printed, from what I understand. So they had to redo the cover. So they came up with this. But I don't understand why they couldn't have came up with this again a second time. Unless he forgot what he drew. I don't know. Maybe he could have drew it again, but it may not have looked the same. But I think they're both great. Personally, I like this cover too. But this is just a more overpowering cover. I think this has a lot more action to it, with Electro getting the better of Spider-Man. I think this is more menacing than this cover.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. They're both great. They're both great for different reasons, because I think the greatness of the original cover is you got that cool background in the theater, right? And it's kind of it's a good action shot, but they're both.
And this is where the story takes place, in the TV theater. So this is more accurate of the story inside than this cover.
What's great about what's great about the reprint, and you hit it nail on the head, is it really shows the power of Electro, because that's what you want. These covers have to show the dominance of the villain over the hero, right? Because that's the plug. Because you want the hero to go against all odds to beat the villain, and I think the Marvel Tales does a much better job of that.
Yeah,
they're both great though. They're both great.
And I just found out about this story this past year about this being lost in the mail. You know, so that they were in a rush situation and they whipped this up on the fly, which is pretty amazing in itself. I mean,
yeah.
So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you kids. I know you liked it. So moving right on. Captain Marvel #7.
Nice.
Needed it. Got it. So I think I need #5 and 9 and 11 and 12 and 18.
Cool villain there.
Yeah. A little bit of a rip on his chest. Like tape got stuck and pulled it off, and they pulled off the paper. It's like, no. If you ever get tape stuck on your comic, put your finger down on the page and hold the paper down and go very, very easy with the tape as you pull it off.
Yeah.
And keep moving your finger along as the tape is coming off. And that's how you can avoid this. It depends on how sticky the tape is. You may not be able to get away with that. That's what I do when it happens to me, and it usually works. It's how you can prevent the damage. Issue 157 of the Fantastic Four with Dr. Doom on the cover. And now I just need 150, and I'll have all the 150s of the Fantastic Four. Not bad. Closed 3 runs, completed 3 runs in this mail haul call. Warlock, #10.
Nice.
First time these guys have ever had it in stock in like 2 years. So $11 after taxes.
Jim Starlin alert.
Yeah. Thanos on the cover. And against his nemesis over here.
Magus. Yeah. That's a great storyline right there.
I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, you're gonna dig that.
Closed and finished my Inhumans run.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But not so cool is this blue icky blotch up on top. Now, I don't know if that's the original ink from the press or if somebody spilled ink on the cover. I have a feeling that it was spilled on afterwards because it's covering up the white print.
Yeah.
This is an after effect of spillage. It could be ink or paint, I don't know, but the rest of it's not bad. The rest of it's in really good shape. So for $3, I'm not crying. We did an episode recently of Supervillain Team Up.
Aha, he finishes his run. There you go.
Yes, and Pete was good enough to bring his copy so we could do that show. But yeah, now I finally got it. Not bad. Another one in Pete's collection. Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of that
this cover, man.
Yeah, it's a great one. That's a Frank Bruner cover. That's great.
Yes. Yeah. Frank has a lot of talent too.
He does. He drew those. He drew a couple of those early Howard the Ducks too. You know, the good stuff before Gene Colan.
He had a really good flair for like medieval, like Conan kind of artwork touch too, man.
Yep.
Really good science fiction flair to his art.
Yep.
You know, and this is a really great cover, man. So, another one in Pete's collection. I copycat again. Ghost Rider #12. So.
That's a good one.
$6.50 after all said and done. So got it. Oh, this is just pure eye candy. Crypt of Shadows, #10.
Look at that.
Now, this is originally almost an exact same cover from Marvel Tales from 1954. And it's the exact same cover. It's just a little bit different with this guy reaching into the bag. If I could show it to you, but you could Google it and check it out. But I love this cover, man. So,
yeah, that's great.
I don't have a lot of Crypt of Shadows, but they're slowly ganging up. But this is again another issue they've never had in stock for like 2 years, and they finally had it in stock. So I was like, yes, I'm grabbing it.
Grab that sucker.
Remind me about stock when we get to the end. I'll tell you about how I got robbed again.
There's a
Number
classic.
one.
I know you've been looking for that for a while.
Yeah, I've seen it for $60, but I was like, nah, too rich for my blood. I didn't win the lottery. 16 and a quarter after all said and done. So
That's not bad.
much
That's a
better
great
than
issue.
$60. Yeah.
Great issue.
And they consider it a 2.0, but it looks a lot better than that to me.
It does.
But first appearance of Lilith, who hates her daddy.
Oh, hates him. That's a giant. That's a Romita cover, I believe.
I'm not sure, but
Yeah, it looks like it.
It could be. I haven't read it yet, but
yeah, you're gonna dig that. That's a good one.
Yeah. So that's the first giant-sized Dracula. Technically, they made 5. I had 2 and 3, so I got number 4.
Cool.
So all I need is number 5 now. So yeah, I scored a lot on the horror comics with this haul. So
So you guys got to understand. So we were actually slated to go to a couple Comic Cons this spring, and because of the coronavirus, that's not happening. So we're both like jonesing for new stuff. So I'm very jealous that Bill got an order in before before everything got locked down, because I wish I had done the same. But they'll reopen.
Pete's only alternative now is to go into his old books and start reading them, the ones he hasn't read in like 20 years.
Yeah,
I did that a few weeks ago with my Iron Mans. I pulled out issues 50 through 59. I just took a week off because I was going to do some Spider-Man, but I might go back to issues 60 through 70 with Iron Man.
There's nothing wrong with revisiting the old classics, right? Oh, there you go.
Flash number 228. And they're talking about a mystery villain in here. Like, who's this mystery guy? See this hand coming down, grabbing the Flash?
Yeah.
An interesting story inside. This hand is the actual writer of Flash. And the writer's inside the story here, and he gets pulled over by a cop. And the cop's like, I forget the writer's name right now. I just can't think off the top of my head right now. Sorry. Cop mentions the writer's name. Hey, you're the guy who writes Flash, right? And the guy's like, yeah. And the cop's like, can you give my son an autograph? And then the next panel, he's like, sorry, I had to give you the ticket, but thanks for the autograph. It's like, dude, I'm not giving you an autograph if you're going to give me a ticket. He gave him an autograph. He must be a good guy, the writer.
I guess so.
Issue 229 of The Flash. There's about 6 different stories in here. A couple of stories with the old original Flash from Earth 2. You got Barry Allen from Earth 1. You've got a Green Lantern story in here with your buddy Gil Kane as the artist.
Ah, wow, cool.
And this is from like maybe 72 or 73. But now I only need 2. I need 220 and 221, and I'll have all the 220s in the Flash run. But this was pretty cool. This is one of them when comics were 20 cents, but this was a 60-cent book. But some fool had to write 50 cents over here and ruin the cover. But it's 100 pages, so I took my time reading this. I banged this out in like 2 days. I would read like 3 stories a day. But definitely cool. You know, reprints of old Flash stories from the 40s.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to point out this villain, Ragdoll. Look at him. He's got no superpower. This is a character from the 40s who has no superpowers. He's a thief and he runs away. And Flash can't catch him because the guy like uses tricks, like he puts down like an oil slick around him. When the Flash tries to grab him, the Flash steps in the oil slick because he's traveling so fast. He slips on the oil and he loses control and slams headfirst into a wall and knocks himself out, and this guy gets away. So then the next time he uses water, the guy was always using tricks to get away from Flash, but it was Barry Allen who had come back to Earth 2. I forget what the reason why was, but he traveled to Earth 2 and helped Flash from Earth 2 catch this guy Ragdoll, which was, for the 1940s, they didn't have a lot of creativity. So I thought it was interesting to see a story that was written, 60 years ago and how tame it was,
Yeah.
Like it really didn't have much going on, it didn't really go out very far. It wasn't very deep, but it was enough, I guess, to satisfy the kids in that era back then, So
they reintroduced the Ragdoll character like much later on, and in fact, they had him on the Flash show on the CW network recently. And he's like pretty demented, and he can like move his body in all sorts of weird ways and stuff like that. Very creepy compared to that. It's like
I think there was a scene in this book where they had him captured, and then when they went up to him, it was a mannequin. It was like, how did he disappear? You know, he just like evaporated. What was left was a mannequin, like a rag doll, like a little big rag doll. He wasn't there. They thought they had him in custody, and he was gone. So very cool, you know. What was my story I told you to tell me about?
I forget.
Me too.
You said remind me of.
I forget now. It was a good point. Oh well. I'll have to do it in some other show. It had something to do with what I was showing. I can't remember now. Yeah, I should have just went off on a tangent right then and there.
You should have, right? Got to strike while the iron's hot, right?
Well, I don't care. It's my show. I can do what I want.
True. That is true.
I can always come back at a later date, which we probably will do, because I'm going to come right back with you with my monster comic. Am I talking monsters? No. I'm screwing up. We're going to come back with my war comics.
Yes.
Not a lot.
Yeah, well, we've had some folks ask for war comics, and I don't have any, I don't think.
We can't really do a war comics show because we don't have any, but I'm going to try. It's going to be quickie.
Not rolling a quickie, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that during this lockdown. You guys will like it, I hope. Well, the ones that have requested it, we'll see. Anyway, I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being here as always. And we appreciate your comments and your subscriptions. And hit that like button. Thank you so much. We'll see you again soon, guys. Take it easy.
And I'm Pete. See you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.